sticker. A great idea is to set it up so there's a bit of a shape going around the actual image, so it gives just a little bit of a border. I'm going to show you how to do that and how to set up a cut contour, which is going to be vital for cutting out irregular shapes other than squares or rectangles on the printer that we have. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got this graphic that I want to make a sticker into. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything, and you'll notice that there's a stroke applied to a path here. That's where you can see that blue line is indicating a path. And then there's also the font. And what I need to do first off, if I have a font, I need to go to Type and click on Create Outlines, but of course that one's not working right now, so let's just maybe not do that one. We're going to go ahead and stop that. Sometimes you want to create a sticker from your graphics, and in order to do that, what we need to do is to put a cut contour along the outside edge. And if you want anything other than a square or a rectangle, then what you need to do is to set it up so that it puts a contour cut on that shape that goes around it. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to take this object here, and you'll notice that there's a path with a stroke on it. And what I need to do first off is to expand that appearance. So I'm going to go ahead and expand the appearance, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on Expand again, and Fill and Stroke need to be selected. I'll click OK. And so now I have the graphic in just outlines, right? So if I look at it in outline mode, you can see that it's set up just like that with paths. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to offset the path. So I'm going to go to Object, go to Path, Offset Path, and I want it, depending on what kind of shape I want, if I want hard edges or rounded edges, I'll change the joins to round or miter. And I think for this one, I want it to be a little bit crisper. I think I want to have just a little bit of a bigger border going around it. And I'm going to click OK. Okay, so what I've done here now, if I outline again, you can see that there are more paths there. But what I'm interested in is having a shape that goes along the outside, and that's going to be the shape of this sticker. So I'm going to enter isolation mode, and then I'm going to use the shape builder, and I'm just going to go ahead and create that as a shape. And then just so that you can see it, I'm going to go ahead and switch the fill and the stroke, and then I'll exit isolation. So this is the shape that I'm going to want it to cut. And so this is the path that I'm going to need to affect. So if I click on that path, obviously it selects everything because everything's grouped right now. I'm going to go ahead and enter isolation mode and select that. Now, you have to create a swatch that is titled Cut Contour in order for that to cut. So I'm going to go up to Window, and I'm going to scroll down to Swatches. That's going to bring up my swatch panel. And I'm going to select that stroke so it comes into the front, and I'll create a new swatch from it. Now, what I like doing here is just bringing up the magenta to 100%, just so it's obvious where that's at. I'm going to change the process color to spot color. That's important. And then the swatch name needs to be all one word, cut, and then contour. So the cut and contour are capitalized. I'm going to click OK. And then the very last thing that I need to do is to make that stroke as thin as possible. So we're going to go down to 0.25. Okay, and now it's totally set up. So I need to, from this point, go to my artboards. I'll select it. I'll click on the artboard tool and just click on that. And so now it's exactly proportional, and it's set up exactly how I want. So I can see that there's that cut contour, and that is going to be set up to go ahead and cut. The last step is to figure out which artboard this is, which is artboard 12. So I'll go up to File and Save As. I'm going to save it on my computer. And I'm going to change the format here to EPS, use artboards, and 12. And then I'm going to go ahead and give it a title. So this one's going to be South Salem, I don't know, oval. And click Save. Click Continue. It says when spot colors are used with transparency, just ignore that. You can hit Continue. The other thing is if this pops up, you need the preset to high resolution and click OK. And then you're good to go. From that point, you should be able to print and cut that design. So I know there's a lot embedded in there. Check out the document that kind of walks you through some of those steps as well. But the most important thing is to have that offset path so that it becomes the contour that you cut around when making your sticker.